Hi guys, I work for Light Bicycle's North American warehouse and thought I would provide an update about COVID-19, Light Bicycle, how we're doing and the challenges we're facing. It's a little informal. I'm just in my backyard like most of people around that I know. We're working from home these days, which keeps things interesting for sure. And Light Bicycle is actually no different. Some of the workers are working from home. Obviously, we do a lot of manufacturing, so we've got to stay as safe as we can and return to work. One thing that's really interesting is that for about 1 week, we went in panic mode. We went, holy crap, our order volume is going down. There's a lot of uncertain times. What are we going to do? All those thoughts go through our head. And then for the next 6 weeks, we actually had the biggest sales we've ever had in history by a fair margin. So that's cool. It means a lot more people are getting into riding, a lot more people shopping from home perhaps. But it has caused us some stress because it's kind of a tricky time to get more workers on board, and it's just really tough to keep up with the volume. And not just on our side, but outward from what's in our control, the shipping companies are feeling a lot of strain as well. Some of them are working from home. Obviously the guys are still driving trucks and things like that, but there's not as much equipment available, and there's a lot of changes in that industry as well. So that's been pretty interesting. The North American warehouse has been quite stable. The volume has picked up substantially, but we had several thousand rims in stock preparing for spring anyway, so we were running fairly smooth in April, but it's kind of catching up to us in May because we have a tough time bringing volume in from the Chinese warehouse as fast as we would like. So I guess going over that a little bit, one thing that happened a while ago is EMS, which is similar to USPS or Canada Post if you're in Canada, but they're not a private company, so they don't really control their own destiny. The government largely tells them what to do, and we found that out recently when they just stopped picking up our packages and returning everything to us, which was a massive headache. We had some product out for a week or more, and then we thought everything's good, and then we had, hundreds of packages come back to us and dumped on our plate, and people are freaking out, and so that's been challenging. So we started shipping with UPS, FedEx, DHL, everybody we could find basically, but then the costs went up double, triple. We wanted to keep our volume up. We wanted to make sure everybody was employed and things like that, and we were not quite sure of what would happen with the demand. Some of our OEM accounts were not ordering, and so we decided to offer a shipping promo, and we were heavily subsidizing shipping for a period of time. But then when we realized EMS is just not coming back as soon as we would like. They're still not back now. So we've been shipping with FedEx and all these other guys, and I think FedEx has proven to be the most reliable just because they own their own equipment, and for us, it's mostly air freight, obviously coming from China. So we're adding FedEx to our website, so you'll see that update soon. Hopefully EMS comes back, but until then we're going to have to raise our rates up more than we would like, but it was just not sustainable to subsidize shipping as much as we were. So that's a bit of an adjustment. Lead time wise, our lead time is growing as well. We've seen probably double at least volume that we normally see this time of year. We're also seeing increased volume from some of our bigger accounts and even bike shops that buy a decent amount from us. We're shipping by container to the US, and just all kinds of things that make life a little bit more difficult, more interesting. So we are working overtime. Everybody's working 6 days a week for the most part, and longer shifts and things like that, and we're happy to do that. But it's just a really tough time right now. So I really appreciate your patience Hopefully you can understand there's going to be some miscommunication and some challenges. A lot of the information that we get from carriers isn't, always perfectly clear, and sometimes we get burned. We get told we're going to get 15, 20 packages moved the next day with a certain carrier, and then they show up and they pick up 3 and say that that's all they're going to take. It's really frustrating. Or they will take all of them, and then a few days later they're like, yeah, we're returning these. We just don't have enough capacity, so sit at the airport and get returned to us. So lots of little challenges like that. We've got guys working full time on the situation, trying to make the supply chain move as smoothly as possible. Some of our admin workers or accountants, they're getting their hands dirty. They're doing what they can to help the manufacturing guys out. Obviously less technical jobs because they're not as skilled in that way, but it's all hands on deck right now. And we're bringing on some new employees, but it takes a while. I mean, we don't want our product quality to suffer. Obviously that would have huge long-term effects on our reputation. And so anyways, all this is to say we're doing what we can, and we'll continue to provide an update. Maybe I'll try and do more updates like this. It's a little bit more easy to digest than a long-winded blog perhaps. But if you want to read through it and provide some feedback, anybody has any magic bullets for us, let us know. We're just trying to do what we can. But anyways, that's all for now. And hopefully you guys are staying safe and able to get some rides in and keep your distance. And I'll talk to you again soon.